If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. And if you have, thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here today. And I also want to mention that if you haven't pushed the like button, I would appreciate it if you did, because it does help get the algorithms out there so others can find this channel. Well, block number 17, everyone. I love these blocks. They're great. I want to mention you can do all the blocks along with me, or you can just do certain ones that you really fell in love with and just do the certain ones for your Afghan. This Afghan is at your own pace, so you can make it at your own pace. But I also want to mention this is block number 17, but that does not mean that you can't catch up, because if you want to make 2 or 3 of these blocks a day, you could catch up in no time at all. So here it is. Isn't this pretty? And it's actually an easy stitch. Beginner to advanced, everyone in between. And this is the single double crochet square that we're going to make, or should I say block. And it's really pretty, and it's an easy stitch. So let's get started. I wanted to mention I'm using an eye hook. It's a 9, and it's a 5.50 millimeter hook, and I'm using this for every square that I make for this Afghan. I'm also using the same type of yarn. So if you buy a Premier yarn, or if you buy a Super Saver Red Heart, or if you buy a Lion Brand yarn, use the same yarn and make sure that it's the same weight. So if you get a medium weight, you want to use the same weight yarn. So for the sake of this tutorial, I am using a Red Heart yarn, and it is white. And I thought that it would be easier to see with the white. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make my slip knot. Once I make a slip knot, we're going to chain 30. And I'm going to just get the camera to and we're going to chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. These are my chains. This is my working chain, not considered a chain, just a working chain. And at the end is my slip knot, not considered a chain. In the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, we're going to do a single crochet. Then after we do that single crochet, we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip 1, and in the next one, we're going to do a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip 1, and do a single crochet. Chain 1, skip, then a single crochet. And we're going to do this right across. Chain 1, skip, single crochet. Chain 1, skip, single crochet. And we'll just do this right across, and until you get to the part where you have 2 chains left. And always remember to chain 1 and skip 1. So remember, when you chain the 1, you're going to skip 1. You need that chain 1 space, and you'll see why when we get to the next row. So it's important to do a chain 1, skip 1. So now you have 2 chains left. You're going to chain 1, you're going to skip 1, and you're going to go into that last chain. You're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work. Now I want to mention that you'll always chain 1 and turn your work. That chain 1 counts as nothing. So now once you chain 1, you're going to go into that, where you made that chain 1, you're going to make a single crochet. Once you make that single crochet in that chain space, you're going to make a double crochet. In the single crochet, you're going to make a single crochet. In the double, you're going to make a double crochet. And we're going to do this right across. And that's why I say that chain 1 that you make is so very important. See the chain 1 space? You're going to go right in there and make a double crochet. Single crochet in the single crochet from below. Double crochet in the chain space. I want to show you what it looks like. Single crochet in the single crochet from below. Double crochet in that chain space. Single crochet, double crochet. And you will do this till you get to the last 2 stitches, and then we will go from there, because that's really important. So again, single crochet in the single crochet from below. Double crochet in the chain space. Isn't that pretty? Single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, now you have two stitches left, and this is why you have that chain space. You want to always have a double crochet in the next to the last stitch, because you're going to always end with a single crochet. If you do not do that, that means you've either bypassed a stitch that you were supposed to do, and that is probably why. So now I'm going to have you look at this and see that this is what it looks like, and this is what we've done right here. Isn't that pretty? And that's again what it looks like. It's a really pretty stitch. So now again, we're going to chain 1, and this is going to be a 2-row repeat. So you're going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 over and over again until you have 28 rows. So this is row 1, we did row 2, now we're going to do row 3. In the first stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip a stitch, and in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip a stitch, and in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. We're going to chain 1, we're going to skip a stitch, and in the next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. So we're skipping the double crochet and we're going right into the single crochet and making another single crochet. But we got to chain 1, skip, single crochet, chain 1, skip, single crochet, chain 1, skip, single crochet in the single crochet from below, chain 1, skip the double crochet, go into the single crochet and make a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the single crochet from below, chain 1, skip, and we do this right across. It will be easier to find your stitches once you get to row 3. You'll have an easier time, no matter what color you're using. I want to mention that. The first 2 rows, but then after you get through that, you'll be able to see a lot better. Chain 1, that's your last double crochet, and then in the single crochet from below, you're going to make your single crochet. And that's what it looks like. Now, that was row 1, row 2, and row 3. After row 3, you're going to repeat row 2 and 3 over and over again until you have 28 rows. And if you want to keep track of the rows, if you're having a hard time seeing which row you're in, you can do that. This is row 1, row 2, and row 3. You can tell row 1 has the single crochet, row 2 has a single and a double crochet, and row 3 has your single crochet with your chain 1. Again, now you're going to go back and do your chain 1, and you're going to turn your work. Once you turn your work, you're going to do a single crochet in this first single crochet. So again, like I said, you're going to repeat row 2 and 3 over and over again. You're going to end your square with row 2, which is the single crochet and the double crochet. I wanted to mention that as well. So now we did our single crochet. Now we've got the space where we have our chain 1. That's where we're going to do a double crochet. This is such a pretty stitch. Single crochet from the single crochet from below, double crochet in the chain space, single crochet in the single crochet, double crochet in the chain space, and I want you to see it. And we're going to go right across. There's your single crochet. So you're going to do a single crochet. You're going to do a double crochet where your chain space is. And we're going to do this right across. And again, you're going to do row 2 and 3 until you get 28 rows. Single crochet, double crochet in the chain space, single crochet at the single crochet from below, double crochet, single crochet, right here, double crochet. And this is row 4. So row 4 to 28 is what you're going to do now. Row 4, this is row 4, you're going to go 28 rows, and you're going to do repeat row 2 and 3 until you finish your square and you have 28 rows. This is such a pretty block. It's such a pretty pattern. And it goes and moves along very quickly. Now, at the end, you're going to have 2 stitches left. In this one, you always make, next to the last one, you always make a double crochet. And then in this very last one, you make your single crochet. And now you will go back to your next row, which will be your chain 1 always. Turn your work. In that first stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. You're going to chain 1, and now you're going to skip this double crochet, and into the next one, you're going to make a single crochet. And you're going to do that right across till you get to the very end. Now this, if I were to continue this row, this would be row 5. This would be row 5. Again, once you're done with row 3, then you go row 4 to 28 over and over again until you are done with your block. And as you see, I'm moving right along, so it goes pretty quickly. And after you're done with row 1 and 2, and you go to row 3, it's going to be easier for you to see where you're going. And as you can see, you don't have to really, there's your double crochet, here's your single crochet. After you chain 1, you're going to do a single crochet. I might as well finish this off, and then there. So what are we going to do now that we have our single crochets in our chain 1? Well, then we're going to chain 1, we're going to turn our work, do a single crochet in this first stitch right here where your chain 1 was, and then you turned your work. You're going to do a single crochet. And then what you're going to do is in that chain space, you're just going to make your double crochet right there, and you're just going to go right along and finish. So after you do row 1, 2, and 3, then rows 4 to 28, you do row 2 and 3 over and over again until you're done with this square. And isn't it pretty? It's just so pretty. And it's a nice feel to it. It has a little bit of texture. And it's not heavy, but it has a nice feel to it. So it's nice and warm. So if you wanted to make your whole Afghan with these squares, you can. If you want to pick and choose squares, you can. If you want to follow along and do all the the blocks together to make the one Afghan you can. Now, once you're done with your block, you're going to do the same thing that you would do with all the blocks from this Afghan. And block number 1, part 2 shows you how to finish off each block. And it's the same every time, every block. 25 single crochets across, down the sides and at the bottom, and 3 single crochets in all 4 corners. You do the same thing. 3 single crochets in each corner, 25 single crochets on all 4 sides. And that finishes block number 17 and all the blocks that you would make. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of block number 17, which is a really pretty block, and it is very nicely textured, lightly textured, and I love it. It's a really pretty pattern. So this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you enjoyed block number 17. Block number 18 will be coming to you later on this week, and I do have a stitch tutorial in between. Thanks. Have a great day. Have a great night. Love you all. Bye-bye.